Hi there, and welcome to Clueless Cooking 101. I'm Tammy, and this is Ed. Here at Clueless Cooking 101, recipes are optional, measurements are questionable, and the smoke alarm is basically our sous chef. If you're here for the laughs and to learn a little bit about cooking and to watch me try to not burn down the kitchen, you're in the right place. Okay, Clueless Cooks, let's have some laughs and have some fun in the kitchen. Welcome back, Clueless Cooks, to Clueless Cooking 101. I'm Tammy. Zed's not here today, but I got my Zeddy from home, so we're good. Anyway, today's going to be very, very easy. We're going to make broccoli coleslaw, and I'm going to tell you why, and that's because at Walmart, they already have organic, pre-made broccoli slaw. So I'm going to show you how to do this in like maybe 10 minutes or so. And you can have this instead of a salad. And you can also mix it with a salad. It's really good if you just take and mix it with greens or spinach or something like that. It makes pretty good salad because it's got all the cool stuff in it. Hey, Clueless Cooks, sorry to interrupt this episode. I know you're probably looking at your social media feeds. So since you're already doing that, check us out. Check out Clueless Cooking 101. On TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, Substack, and I even have a blog. We have videos and written posts. So check us out on all those social media sites, and we'd love to hear your comments. The first thing that we're going to do, Clueless Cooks, is show you the ingredients in broccoli slaw. There are only a few things, and I get them, of course, all at Walmart. And of course, most of them are organic. So the first thing that we have is, of course, the organic broccoli slaw. You get that in the produce section, and they do all the hard work. So they probably take the broccoli stems, and there's some cabbage in there and some carrots and all of that. I do other stuff with this. I'll show you at another time. But anyway, so there's the broccoli slaw, and all you do is cut it open. And I got friends that really like this, so I'm going to make we're going to use the whole bag, but you can use a half bag also. I make this dressing for the broccoli slaw out of heavy whipping cream. It's organic. I get that at Walmart. My secret ingredient, of course, I use sriracha in almost everything. And then to sweeten it and to enhance the flavor a bit, I use organic maple syrup, and I get this. It's called Sapjack organic maple syrup. I get that at Walmart, and it's kind of up on the top with the syrups and stuff. It's substantially less expensive than a lot of the other maple syrups, and it's actually organic, and a lot of them aren't. So anyway, there are some little herbs. We're going to use poppy seeds. I'm going to use those. And we're going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. And of course, I get organic pepper at Walmart, and then you use some pink Himalayan sea salt. That's all of the ingredients. It's very easy. It's going to go together fast. Hey, Clueless Cooks, another interruption. If you will check out my website, which is cluelesscooking101.com, I'd really appreciate it. We have a blog with some recipes. And we also are going to have merchandise coming up soon so that you can have a cool apron like mine. But in the meantime, just check out our website, and I'd really appreciate it. We'll see you there.
Perfect.
Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is I already started to open the broccoli slaw because I jumped the gun. I'm going to dump it in here because we have to mix the dressing on top. And a lot of times with salads, you don't want to put the dressing on too soon because it makes everything kind of limp. And in this particular case, you want the dressing, the coleslaw dressing, to sort of infuse because these are not nearly as light and wimpy as lettuce leaves or spinach leaves or whatever. So anyway, this is what the broccoli slaw looks like. It's just they run it through their shredder, whoever they are, and it's already pre-shredded, and it's probably the broccoli. It's not the heads that have the, I don't know what those are called, but it's probably the broccoli stems, which are actually better for you anyway. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to use is this organic heavy whipping cream, and we're going to use 1/2 cup. And that's what I do is I write on the bottom of my measuring cups that I get from the Dollar Tree because You're not supposed to run them through the dishwasher, but I do, and then it takes off. When you do that enough times, it takes off what it actually is. So I just write it on the bottom. So here's our 1/2 cup of organic whipping cream. And use this spatula to try to get it out as much as possible. All right. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of sriracha. And a couple of tablespoons of the maple syrup. That's just because it sweetens it up a bit, and then we'll put in the poppy seeds and the salt and pepper. So 1 tablespoon, and you know me, when I measure stuff out, I try to get approximate. I'm going to taste it with 1 tablespoon, and it probably is going to need 2, but I like to taste it anyway, make sure I don't get it too sweet, because that's what, if you're just a beginner, a lot of times, a lot of flavors come from sugar and salt, and I try not to use either of those. All right. Yep, you can use 2. 2 tablespoons of organic maple syrup. That'll get you the level of sweetness that you need. All right. And then, secret weapon, my mother used this. I don't know if you know this, my mother's nickname was Zed. And I grew up in a little greasy spoon in Ohio a million years ago that was called Zed's Drive-In. And so most of the recipes that I have morphed my mother's stuff because she's not as health-oriented as me. They're recipes from Zed's Drive-In, and she always used poppy seeds in her coleslaw. So this is my ode. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, and that's because I put in a whole bag, of the broccoli slaw mix, and we kind of need those. And seeds are really good for you anyway. Some places you can't even buy them because they're illegal. I don't know if they make you feel good or what, but I use them anyway. All right, so now we're going to taste it again. Definitely needs salt and pepper. And my opinion, too sweet, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is the organic pepper. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of pepper, approximately, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I forgot about doing this. So you can do this, you can dip down into whatever you want. Oh crap, it doesn't work. I'm gonna use a 1/2 teaspoon. Come on. There we go. A 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, or you can use sea salt, or you can use the stuff in the blue box if that's what you have, but try not to eat that. It's not that good for you. I hate to say this, but it needs more sriracha. Kind of boring and too sweet. So we're going to change this recipe to 2 teaspoons of sriracha, just because when you take this or serve it, and if you can take it to Thanksgiving or take it to, wherever, if you're volunteering to bring a salad, we don't want it to be boring. We don't want it to say, this is obviously a beginner because it's too sweet or too whatever. All right, so let's try this. Boy, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd be putting more sriracha in this. And then we just take the dressing, and then we pour it on top of the broccoli slaw, stir it up, let it marinate in its own whatever for a bit, And it's kind of all there is to it. So my daughter's got me these. They're like my prized possession. And it was from an infomercial. These are called Spurtles. And Martha Stewart's, one of her assistants, marketed these things. And do I like them? So this is called tossing. And you can use spoons and forks and all of that. I just like to bust out the Spurtles because, I don't know, it makes me feel really good. Okay. And that's as complicated as it gets. Let's take a bite and see how we did. All right, and this is what broccoli slaw looks like. It's not floating in mayonnaise. Notice we didn't use mayonnaise. And if you don't want to use whipping cream, you can use Greek yogurt, you can use sour cream, you can use whipping cream. It all kind of like behaves the same. Let's taste it. It'll work. Now, if you want, you can take this and maybe put a cup of it in this salad, like salad leaves, and toss it. It makes a really good salad as well. But I would just say, do not freeze it. Put this in the fridge. It'll last for a long time. Or, take it as a dish if you're going somewhere and it's a potluck or whatever, or you want to bring a dish, or if you want to really impress people. That's it, broccoli slaw. Thank you for watching Clueless Cooking 101, and the next time we're going to do mashed sweet potatoes, and so we'll see you then. Okay, Clueless Cooks, something that you didn't expect. It's contest time, and I bought this really neat set of kitchen knives, and it has a peeler, 4 knives, and a set of kitchen scissors in there, and they're really high-end, very nice. I've already tried them out. They work great. So anyway, we're growing Clueless Cooking 101 organically, and we're up to 100 subscribers. And so the contest that we're having is to double our subscribers to 200. So if you will share this video with your friends and ask them to subscribe, it'll help me out a whole lot. If you want to leave a comment in our YouTube section about sharing this, liking it, and encouraging people to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And it'll probably be a couple of weeks, and somebody's going to get this wonderful set of knives. So help us get to 200, please. Thanks for watching and for supporting this Clueless adventure. Looks like we all survived another round of Clueless Cooking 101. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell because it only gets messier from here.